It's not about motivation when it's need discipline. Wake up and win today. Discipline comes from within.
Boxing King Media in association with the Riyadh season. Eddie, you've just arrived. You're a madman. I don't know how you've done this. You've done New York, and you're not what your body clock must be minus what 8-9 hours.
No idea. If you don't worry about the time, who cares? I don't know what time it is now, but we don't have to worry about the time because we've been in the gym twice today already. We won the world title on Saturday night in New York, and we're here, of course, for a massive show on Friday night with Joshua against Ngannou and a great undercard as well.
Before I even come onto the show, I've got to give you a shout out because you've gone and supported a young fighter that you signed all them years ago. World title opportunity, logistically a nightmare, but you went all the way. You didn't have to do it.
No, it was a tough call, to be honest with you. I really wanted to be there for Ray, but obviously had to get to Saudi as well and managed to find a way to make it happen. It was, taxing, but at the end of the day, it's not as taxing as going in the ring and having a war for 12 rounds. So you got to do what you got to do. And I wanted to be there because I believed he'd beat Komatov. And I wanted to be there to see him win the world title. And obviously he's the first American fighter that we signed from pro debut to the world championship. And I'm just so pleased for him to achieve that and now go on and hopefully change his life and cement, his legacy in the sport and also his financial future.
Definitely so. Moving on to Joshua Ngannou, another epic event here in Riyadh. Do you sense anything different? Or did you sometimes you get a bit of a vibe for like there could be an upset, a bit of worry? What are you feeling?
I think there's a lot of people that are kind of looking at it as a big banana skin, and I do too. There's a lot of jeopardy in the fight. There's a lot of risk in the fight, but AJ looks great. I think you always want to get as much footage of a fighter as you can. It's very unusual to only have 10 rounds to study, but listen, Fury had no rounds to study, and that was a challenge for him in the fight. Ngannou is fearless. He punches very hard. He's very strong. But AJ looks great, and I just think he's too good, too fast, too sharp. But the danger is there, and I just want him to come through however it comes on Friday night and then move on to hopefully a world championship or better, a shot at undisputed.
Definitely so. A lot of people have talked about Ngannou's journey. I know AJ's not had the same journey, but highlighted it the other day how he was a bricklayer working for 70 odd pound a day, and within the space of less than 10 years, he's making millions fighting on pay-per-view. That's some story. And why is it as British people we don't celebrate stuff like that or even highlight it?
It's a good point. I don't know. We're a strange lot. It's like you champion people on the way up, and then when they get to the top, you want to bring them back down again. Really, we should be glamorizing success, especially stories like that. And everyone's got their own story. Everyone's been on their own separate journey. And the journeys of Francis Ngannou and Anthony Joshua are both humbling and very motivational. Ngannou's story is incredible. AJ's is one that, just someone that weren't supposed to make it, was just going to be part of the system and follow the suit of other people who have made mistakes, who never got opportunities in life. He changed his direction, he changed his own life, and now he's out here, as one of the biggest stars in the world. But he takes it very seriously. He ain't thinking about the money this week, he's thinking about doing a job, performing, and continuing the path that he's on, which is looking like a very successful one with Ben and Lee Wiley.
Definitely so. Just out of curiosity, we've seen AJ used to be a bricklayer. People always joke about either use the old silver spoon line on you, but what's the hardest thing you've done in your journey in life?
I mean, I don't really want to say because it's embarrassing when I come from a family that's got money, but my old man would always throw me down. I was down at Orient all summer, cleaning the toilets, painting the walls, but I could never tell you that I had it tough. But he always wanted to make me sure that I knew that you never got nothing without hard work and without deserving it. And one of the best things I ever done was when I used to work in a double glazing company selling windows. And I used to do that after school. So I'd go down to Weatherseal Windows in Romford and I would work from 6 o'clock till 8 o'clock, 3 nights a week, trying to sell windows, get the sales reps to be able to go in and have appointments to see people. And when you're going through a phone book back then, and just randomly calling people up to cold call and sell, that is the purest form of sales. So for him, it was never can't tell you about how he used to traipse across a city and sleep rough, but it was just understanding more about hard work. And, I think that goes a long way. And there's this big kind of perception that if you came from money, or if you come from money, you're not the same. You know what I mean? You're not tough. But some of the toughest fighters I've seen have come from money. It really comes down to the passion that you have and how much you want it, because there's a lot of people who come from money that want it much more than people who didn't. It's really in here and it's in here, and it's something that's built within you. And it's the same thing I try and do with my kids. It's very difficult when, you know, you don't struggle for things and you want to spoil your kids, but you've got to try and maintain and teach them what hard work is all about. So my dad did the best he could, and I think I'm a product of how he raised me, which is you don't get given nothing, you've got to work for everything. And if people who come from money aren't tougher or can't work as hard, why do I work harder than everybody else in the game? Some that didn't come from money. Yeah, I don't need it, do I? I've got money because I love it and I'm a winner and I want to beat people. And that goes just as far as coming from, you know, an estate or whatever. If you want it and you're a winner, if you're tough enough up here and you want it in here, you can be unbeatable.
I'm actually fascinated by that. Eddie Hearn selling double glazing. I've got to ask you, what was your opening line when you used to ring up?
I would go, "Good afternoon, it's Eddie Hearn from Weatherseals in Windows." Sorry, start that again. Because I never stumble. "Good afternoon, it's Eddie Hearn here from Weatherseal Windows in Romford. How you doing tonight?" It's normally like, "Oh, fucking hell, what do you want?" Well, listen, we're in town giving free quotations on your windows and doors. We can look at aluminium, wood, PVC, or other products on the market. Can I ask you, what windows do you have? Fuck off. I don't want to talk to you. Listen, sir, you might be having a rough day, but I will just say that this is a great opportunity for a completely free quotation without obligation to buy. I can send someone around tomorrow. They can meet you or your wife. As I said, no obligation to buy, just 10 minutes of your time. I've already got fucking new windows. Which ones have you got, sir? Wood, aluminium, PVC? Oh, I've got wood. That's a problem, sir. I think you need to look at the PVC option. I've only just got them done. Well, as you say, as I said, it's just a free quotation, no obligation, but the wood ones do erode quickly in bad weather. I would suggest you have this meeting, look at the UV PVC option, and potentially we can go from there. Oh, fucking hell. Leave me alone. What about 12 o'clock tomorrow? Oh, go on, she's in. You're in. I'll see you at 12. Bang! I go through to the other room. I say, I've got a lead. My money goes from £3 an hour to £4 an hour, and I get a £5 bonus for every lead. That's how it worked.
That's fascinating.
That's the hardest form of sales. If you can sell on the phone, you can sell to anybody face to face.
That's what you've done as a promoter, and no pun intended. I just want to quickly ask you about Dillian Whyte. We've obviously seen he's cleared. What's the understanding with the British Boxing Board? Will he be allowed to fight in the UK?
I don't know. I haven't been involved in the process. I mean, I haven't really spoke to Dillian since the results came in back in August. So I think he got cleared by the Texas Commission. I don't know the board's stance on it, but, you know, he'll want to get himself back in this mix. He missed out on the Joshua fight. He's missed out on the whole Saudi heavyweight mix. So I'm sure he'll be looking for an opportunity in a big fight.
The ins and outs of his case, why do you know why they were kept private?
He's what?
The ins and outs of his case, because it says...
No, absolutely no idea.
Latest on Conor Ben?
Just waiting on the result. He's had the hearing of the appeal, and we just wait, and that will determine where he fights next. So, you know, if we're successful, which I believe we will be, it'll be a big stadium fight in the UK, and if it's ongoing, we'll be looking to America, and that will depend on who we fight next as well.
Last question, what do you make of John Fury and Anthony Joshua coming together yesterday?
Yeah, I've just saw John. He was in too much. He wasn't as friendly as he was in front of AJ. My bum went a little bit, and he gave me a nice strong handshake, and I said, "Don't pull me," because I was about to fall over. I said, "This, everyone's filming this, you know." So he gave me a look as if to say, "I don't really like you, but you're a cheeky bugger, so I'll let you off this one time." But of course, I was ready to go.
On that note, Eddie, thank you for your time, and see you later. Thank you.
Listen, I got a question for you. Where can discipline take you? Discipline points you towards your goals.